Hello, everyone. This is Soul again with another Soul Says. Man, of course, this is not going to be perfect. So, you already know from the other intro, so I'm going to say. And now I have to talk about something. This is about doing favors. Well, I was going to talk about a lot of things and a lot of instances about stuff like that. But I'm going to talk about what just happened today. And it might lead into other stories because I know I'm going to jump all over the place. Might as well just get it all out the way because I know what's going to happen now. I know what's going to happen next. And so just bear with me. So, my old man seems he's having some kind of house issues. I guess pest issues or whatever. Anyway, he wakes me up early this morning around 5 a.m. I really wouldn't know. But I'm going to tell you something right now, man. You ever had God, I can't even get my words together. You ever just sleep like really, really good? Like it's the best sleep you ever got in your life. You have a nice dream, and then somebody just wakes you up, and you just feel like frustrated. Or sometimes, have you ever just slept and then somebody woke you up, but your sleep wasn't complete? Well, it was one of those kind of mornings for me. Sometimes I get that a lot because for whatever reason, it's like sleep is the enemy at this household. Sometimes they don't want me to sleep all day. They could assume I sleep all day. Sometimes I could be sleep around an hour that they don't want me to sleep because they felt that I slept all day. When honestly I was up all night. And then I went to sleep some hours later, and it would look like I slept all day, which is not the case. But they don't know that because they be asleep. And they wake up early in the morning to eat breakfast and stuff like that. Sometimes I can make it in time to eat breakfast and then take a nap. Like I make sure like to do some stuff, get it out the way, and then sleep. Or sometimes they would just have me up all the time and I just feel all kinds of fucked up, like I'm about to pass out. See, this is an instance that this is one of those things where I just went off the topic. So let's go back to what happened here. My dad woke me up this morning. I'm like disoriented, half awoke. This is sometimes this is how some people can catch you too. So keep note of this. He wanted me to do a favor for him. Now, don't go crazy. Keep your head out the gutter. There ain't no crazy shit. I'm just saying, because people like to make assumptions and say stupid shit. Anyway, he wanted me to call his job for him, which he does often. I know you got to show your love and respect for your parents, of course, but sometimes it gets to a point where, like I said in my other video, that sometimes that your own people would just rely on you a bit too much. Too much. So I think this is about to be another situation where, because he had me do this in the past, and I think this might be in a situation where something might go wrong and me and him might get into it. So let's get to it again. So he wants me to call his job, tell them that he wants to work a different a different schedule. Me being disoriented, half awoke, I just agreed to it anyway. And he's all like, it's important that you do this. So I'm going to get to that important part. So he's gone. I back up in my room. I'm laying down because I know it ain't shit else to do. Nobody to really talk to, you know, because people probably sleep. Some people probably up in the morning about to go to bed and shit like that. I know there's some people overseas and they probably up like early, probably up around a time that's different from ours, or probably up at night. I don't know, but anyway, he went. I did it at the time he asked me to, which was 6:30, and I called. Well, actually, it was around 6:40. I slept. I was sleep. I was so comfortable. I didn't even pay attention to the time. So I just went and did it. I went and did the call. I forgot which location he told me. He said it so fast. He just said, call my job and call the place. And he just forgot to tell me. So I'm just looking it up, and it's like these different locations. And so I called them. They didn't even know what I was talking about. They didn't know who he was. Yeah, he's like, call. It's this shit where you gotta call as somebody else. You gotta act like somebody else. I'm gonna tell you personally, I don't like this. I think it's embarrassing because I'm doing this for somebody that is 20 years older than I am. And it makes no fucking sense. I understand you gotta show love and respect for thy father and thy mother and stuff like that. But this shit is just like, personally, I think it's just stupid to me. I don't like it. I don't like calling and trying to pretend that I'm somebody else. I want to pretend that I'm you. And then I'm gonna get back to that important part. If it's that important, why didn't you call them yourself? Okay, I had just got a random phone call and they didn't say a damn word. What the fuck? Glad I paused it, but it was because of the call that interrupted me. It just made things awkward. Like, what if that was in that just called and trying to see if I called his job or something? Anyway, to my point, if it was that important, he should have called the job himself. Because why would you register and you waste these people's time? But he said some of these food industry jobs, they don't care if you take a day off or whatever. I'm like, okay, because he had told me that. I'm just like, okay, because he was trying to get me, trying to get in my head, trying to get me to work at a food industry job, and I wasn't interested because I already had my experiences with food industry jobs and dealing with bullshit and a piece of shit manager. But I would talk about that in another video. I really want to talk about that fucking job, Panera. I really want to talk about that, but I can't. So yeah, call these people. They didn't know who he was. They say he wasn't in the system or whatever it was. And I'm just like, wow, this is just so dumb. These people sound like they are confused. They sounded like they was angry and shit. Like, and I'm just over here on here like, I'm face palming like, dude, this is just so fucking stupid. This is so fucking embarrassing. This is just so dumb. Like, I personally didn't like doing this shit. And I know we're gonna get into our argument, and he gonna be like, "Oh, now you don't care about your father. You want me to get fired? I guess you want to get fired because you should call your own damn job, not me. I'm not responsible for what happens at your job. God damn it. Obviously, it's not that important to you if you couldn't make the phone call. You got a cell phone. You got their number. You know where the location is. Why couldn't you call them? We had we had this conversation before. I don't know if it was Burger King or McDonald's. But he was telling me, oh, I don't want to call because they know it's me and they're gonna make me work that they're gonna make me work that schedule I don't want to work. But what so what kind of logic is that if you got me calling and I say it's you and they expect you to work that schedule? Because at the end of the day, if you sign up for that job and they expect you to do something, you got to do it. That's just like what that man at Panera told me when he was waving his damn finger, which I wish I would have broke off that day because he was acting like a little disrespectful bastard. But anyways, off of that, see, the Panera stuff is like it's foreshadowing. It's like I gotta talk about it sooner or later. It's gonna get people interested every time I keep coming out talking shit about the guy. But yeah, that's what happened. It's just a silly thing. It's a silly situation and stuff like that. You shouldn't just be doing like just to do it. Sometimes you just can't do stuff for people because it's not because you're nice and it's because it's the right thing to do. Because I am an honest person and I do like doing the right thing, but it's just sometimes, you know, when you have some kind of personality like that, you do stuff like that, people just start taking advantage of you. They try to mold your mind, manipulate you, and I don't like that. I don't like being treated like that. That shit makes me mad. And I deal with people that if I get mad, they treat me like I'm the fucking enemy, like I'm a fucking asshole. All of a sudden, they don't want shit to do with me now. Like, oh, he's a piece of shit. He's an asshole. I didn't know he was like this. He was used to be cool. He used to be nice, but now he just like this. Like, like what the fuck do you expect? Like you made me this way, motherfucker. That's what it is. I didn't want to be this way. You made me this way. People don't get that sometimes. But whatever. They want to go by some kind of logic that I just woke up one day and I decided to be a piece of shit towards people. Yeah, I guess so. But man, I can't wait to talk about that damn Panera job.